Hi everybody, welcome back to another Crafty Maven Getaway YouTube hop. This time we're doing something a little fun and we're using the letters of our name. So I got the EN in Maven. So what I am going to use is enamel dots and I'm going to use the color navy. I'm using the Simple Stories So Rad collection. If you watched my previous video, I told you this seems for me to be like the collection that never ends. So I'm working on getting some photos of our son scrapped because I seem to now do all the ones of our daughter since she's little. Because I have all of his done when he was little. But yeah, I'm really working on getting some done for him and getting this collection used up. So I know this is the second video in a row with it, but don't be surprised if you see another one. So I started with this pie cut file. It's from 17 Turtles and it was free, which is always, an awesome thing. But I cut it out on my silhouette. I did use textured cardstock because that's what I have. I have I think, what is it, American Crafts? Yep, American Crafts. And I did have to put it on the textured cardstock setting, and I did have to double cut it. I also had to put a new blade in. That probably helped, right? So I'm not going to make you sit through the entire thing of me backing this cut file. I think I do 2 of them before I skip to when it is completed. And all I do is I, take out pieces. What I did at the beginning, before I even started filming, is I just put the pieces that I had already cut into in a pile versus my full 12 by 12 sheets. And when I'm backing a cut file like this, I always go to those already cut pieces first before I start, cutting into a 12 by 12 that could possibly be used as a background. I'm just going to use my Zig 2-way pen here and trace out each pie section, cut them out with my scissors, and, plop them down where I want them. If I do cut a little wonky, I just take my small scissors there, they're the yellow ones by Cutter Bee, and just snip out the pieces that I cut wonky. So here I am it's finally done. This actually didn't take me very long. This video is only sped up 2.5 times. I try not to speed up the process videos ridiculously quickly so you can still see what I'm doing. Sometimes you have to if it's for whatever reason really long, but this one in total only took me not even 40 minutes to do, which I know for some people is like crazy long. I know people who get layouts done, like every layout in 20 minutes, but that is not me. I have gotten better. When I first started doing process videos, I'd look at my video and be like, oh gosh, an hour and a half, how am I going to edit this down? And now I'd say most of my videos before editing are an hour or under. I think, did I do this one on a Sunday? No, the other one I did on a Sunday. So I actually had, our daughter was here and the dog was here and all of that fun stuff. So I'm actually very lucky that it only took about 40. No, now that I say that, I was going to say I did this video on her last day of playgroup before summer vacation. So yes, I was on my own. Maybe that's why it only took 40 minutes versus, you know how it is. Mommy, I need a drink. Mommy, I'm hungry. And I don't know if your kids are like mine. It is always the I'm hungry. Like with both of them home over the summer, I can only imagine what my grocery bill is going to be like. Amazing how the bigger one can eat at prescribed times at school. They have snack at this time. He'll be going into 3rd grade this year. I don't know if they still have snack, but 2nd grade still does. and they have snack at this time, and they have lunch at this time, and he doesn't eat again till supper time. But when he's home, man, it's like every hour. I want a snack. I want a snack. I want a snack. So yeah, I always get more done, obviously, when they're not here. So those are the acetate overlays. I just cut it down to fit my photo. I usually attach them with my tiny stapler there by Tim Holtz. And since I was using a gray 4x6 background card on my photo, the staples blended in just perfectly. When you look at the layout, even though I know they're there, they're not like super obvious. But I also used, in between the acetate overlays in the package, there's just like a white piece of, it's not quite tissue paper, but it's obviously not, it's not cardstock either. And it's not even the weight of computer paper, but I just used that to back my photo so it popped up a little bit off the gray background. I did think about putting other layers underneath the photo, tucked here and there, but with the busyness of the pie circle, and then I wanted to put some kind of 3x4 card to the right of his photo to be almost like my title. That didn't, adding more for me was just too much. So I went with this 100% authentic boy. I do take a look at the cut aparts in the 12x12 section, and there is one I play with. It's got the same background color, that wood grain, but it has the stars on it. There it is. And I thought I could journal on there since that had just the stars. But I've said this before, I'll probably say this in every video I ever do. I struggle with my handwriting. And I was going to have to write on that card in white to get it to show up. And I just couldn't do it. Because the white would have just been so like, here, look at me, on that wood grain paper. And I just couldn't bring myself to do it, I'll be honest. That's just how it is. So I do have to find somewhere on here to hide a little bit of journaling. I have not done that yet, but like I said in other videos, I can always stick it on the back if it gets to that point. But here I am with my fun foam. Since I'm popping up the whole photo, I do use that over the squares because we all know to put those squares down and pull those tiny little backing pieces off on an entire photo. Yep, no thank you. And I bought the pack of fun foam, I don't know how long ago. I mean, it's had to have been 18 months, maybe 2 years, and I still have a whole bunch of it. It goes, a long way when even though you're using it for the bigger pieces. So now I'm going to spend some time fussing around with the embellishments, which is always the longest part of my videos. And if you want me to edit some of this out, guys, please just, leave me a comment. I'd be happy to do this. I never know how much you want to see versus, like, oh my gosh, if I have to see her fuss around with these embellishments one more time, So just leave me your comments on, how much you want to see left in or taken out. I'd be happy to consider that. So I tried to get these little... They remind me of the ghosts from Pac-Man, even though I know they're not. No, what is it? Now that I say that, it's totally not that. I can see them, like, crawling across the sky. Was it Centipede when you broke him apart? That might have been it. But either way, and our son just loves video games. I think everybody's kid in his age block, when the parents get together, we go, oh, if I have to listen to Fortnite one more time. So I wanted to get them on the page, but I think I've put them on every page that I've done with this collection and pulled them back off. I don't know if it's their size, because the die cut ones and the ones on the sticker sheet are fairly large. But yeah, they just always get pulled back off, and I go with something more generic. I did manage to tuck that game controller up under his photo. And I do stick some word stickers from the sticker sheet on here. One of them says, the one under the photo says, "You are the coolest." And the one I'm going to put in the upper right-hand side says, "Eat, sleep, play, repeat," which is pretty much how it is. Eat, eat, eat. He's actually a good sleeper now that he's older. He wasn't as a young boy, but I woke him up for swim practice. It's the first day of outdoor swim practice today, and practice is at 9:30, and I woke him up at like 8:15, and he was mad at me. He wanted to continue sleeping, which he could have done because we got to swim practice and it was canceled. There was a malfunction. Ready for this? There was a malfunction in the chemicals. They have like an automated chemical dispenser and reader, so they can read it while they're off site, and it malfunctioned and dumped 1,000 gallons of chlorine, they told us, into the pool, and it was so bad it could actually, when they tested it, it could have changed your skin color, they said. So swim practice was canceled. But hopefully tomorrow will be a better day. The weather wasn't so nice today either, so it would have been cold to go swimming. But you'll see I've stuck down some enamel dots by both the phrases. And now I'm just putting some final touches. I want to have at least, even if it's not super obvious, a little bit of embellishment in each section of the pie. And the last thing I am going to do is some white linen Delusions ink splatters in either corner. So to check out the rest of the ladies who participated in the hop and get the other letters and see what we all came up with, there will be links to everyone in the description box below, as well as links to where else you can find me, such as Instagram and my blog and things like that. And there are also some links down there to some of the products that I used on this video if you're interested in picking some of those up for yourself. And I will be back soon. At least cross your fingers that I will be back soon, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.